Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today I will be going over the Altered Reality event in which Sacrificial Priest is added. Using Sacrificial Priest in a team this week will also, in a PvP battle, will give 2 times souls to your total. So that's also nice. Let's get into looking at the new troop. This troop is quite unique this week, because it is the first troop to have a sacrifice mechanic. What sacrifice does is it just straight out kills an ally of yours, but then does a stronger ability. He deals 12 damage randomly split among enemies, boosted by the sacrifice at 1-to-1, so all of its attack will add to that. And then has a 30% chance to summon the legendary Aberrath. And his magic doesn't scale up his damage, but scales the level that the Aberrath will summon as. And he has these stats, a fairly high attack given his level. The traits are not particularly good. This allied bond to Daemons only activates at the beginning, so it won't activate on the Aberrath he summons. Inscribed is okay, and fast is decent, but overall, you won't really need him traded unless he really becomes popular later. Something that was confirmed this week is summoning will be reworked when 2.0 comes around. They haven't specified how it is going to be reworked, but summons will be stronger, and they probably will go up to level 20. Right now they're actually capped at 15, so this right now would summon a level 20 Aberrath likely in the next patch. Now it's only 15. And of course the rest of the rewards are just as standard for a 300 glory pack event troop. One thing to note again is that there is only one arcane plane trait stone, which means they cost 300 each, the highest possible. A lot of people I have seen are getting Sacrificial Priests up to legendary, are mostly doing it just to get all the trait stones. Personally, you don't need Sacrificial Priest past the initial card. I wouldn't advise getting more than one unless you really need arcane plane trait stones. I made a video earlier this week explaining how to actually farm arcane trait stones really quickly. And I just wanted to show you a quick team with it that does it. You put set a 2 brown banner. You have 3 soothsayers fully traded, so they have all the stone links and the curse, as well as the empowered that will help if your magic is a bit lower. And this will combination with the archer class and the fast will completely team wipe the other team, and only needs a single brown match to do so. The drop rate of arcane trait stones here is around, or for all matches, is around 3%. So about every 30 or 40 matches, you'd get a free arcane trait stone with that. So you wouldn't have to spend a bunch of glory. So all you do is just match a brown. It would instantly fill, regardless of surging. Come on. And then they'll take their move. And then this cast will just completely team wipe them. They probably should have took all those extra turns instead of letting him, but it's not too big a deal. It's not like they can kill. And that is how quick that gets things done. So if you need arcane trait stones, I would advise doing that instead of buying a bunch of the Sacrificial Priests. So let's get into actually looking at some teams with him. This one right now is my favorite because of the 2 times souls that you are getting for this event. It is Aberrath, Giant Spider, Valkyrie, and Sacrificial Priest. Aberrath, this is what he summons to. It removes all gems, heals the full, and then gains a lot of attack. And it has a really high base attack, a decent HP, and the traits work really well with him too. He has Arcane that gives 1 more attack every time anyone casts a spell because his magic is linked to it. So he'll end up gaining so much attack every single cast. He has Huge, which works well with his full heal since it will just keep raising his max HP with Huge. And Sacrifice of +3, whenever he kills anyone, it will raise all his stats by 3. A cool mechanic that they might actually add to this, or I'd hope they kind of add to it, they might not actually, is if link it to actually casting Sacrifice. So if you like cast Sacrifice on your team, it would raise all stats by 3 as well. Maybe link it to that, that'd be pretty cool. Anyways, Giant Spider transforms all selected to purple, plus it'll be creating a spider that you can then kill with the Sacrificial Priest. So you can just keep summoning a spider and then kill it instantly with the Sacrificial Priest, who will fill from the purple mana that it creates. And then, of course, Valkyrie, who converts to blue, who will fill Abrath and Giant Spider, give you a bunch of souls, and that will help with the cap this week with the Sacrificial Priest, who's giving 100% extra souls when using him in a team for this event week. On to the next team. We have the Mang here. You can just use the standard 4 red weapon too if you don't happen to have this yet. Oh, one last thing. One thing that they did this week with hero classes is reduce the time of switching from 6 days down to 1 day. I know personally I spend about 500 gems having to switch classes all the time. So now I can do it a lot more often and won't actually have to waste any. So for these videos, like you can see right here, it's only a 24-hour timer, but compared to the 6-day that I used to have. So for videos and stuff, I'll actually be able to switch to kind of show how it's properly supposed to be used. So that'll be good too. So now you can see the Mang actually has the +5 for it. And I forgot to switch on the perk. You can switch on the +4 attack perk. So 22 attack, 19 damage on that, plus it's destroying all armor. And you gain all the attack from that, so you're getting a lot of attack at 1-to-1 ratio. And plus these traits with Frenzy and Hack and Slash just keep adding to your attack. You can eventually just use Sacrificial Priest on the hero to kill it. And then you'll have Giant Spider who just keeps cycling that with more red spiders there. And Stargazer I just have here to make the hero just have an outrageous amount of attack. And once you've killed a few, you can just sacrifice him and it'll do a lot of damage. And thirdly, for people who are newer, we have Ghoul, Dark Master, Giant Spider, and Sacrificial Priest. Something that was done last week, the devs gave out like this whole data thing on some of the most used troops in defend teams. And people level 100 and under, Dark Master is among one of the most popular used. The main reason for this is he always has 9 attack. Even at level 1, he still has this 9 attack. Plus he summons something, plus he gives 2 attack to all. Early game, he is really strong. Especially when summons are buffed in 2.0. He's going to be pretty ridiculous. So that'll be nice to see. And then we have Ghoul here, who's destroying a bunch of random gems. Plus he gains 3 attack every single cast. He has that Brown Link 2, Stone Link 2 if you trade his first trait. So any Brown match will completely fill him. So we'll be getting attack. And then you can just sacrifice him as soon as Giant Spider uses it. And then you'll have Dark Master and Giant Spider who will be summoning. Dark Master with Thrall and Giant Spider with the little spider thing, whatever it's called, Spider Swarm. Also, since it is the purple-yellow for the troops, there are quite a few decent troops that you can upgrade with this, their traits. My personal favorite would be Inferno King right now. Fireproof and a Flame are pretty weak. But a 30% chance to resurrect is really strong. It will also be buffed in 2.0, so he'll probably resurrect like exactly how he is right now. So that will be pretty ridiculous if he like has his trait and he can just keep resurrecting off of it. Green Seer is a pretty good support since it converts all the green, plus it has a selected gem to green, and it can entangle a random enemy, which is good against gold teams. And it has really heavy supports. It has an anti-silence plus bonus to Fey. And Blessed is really effective now that they've doubled it to 2 instead of 1. There's also Faunessa, who I haven't upgraded yet just because I do lack some of the yellow-purple and I don't feel like spending a bunch of glory on it. It has the extra magic link, which works really well with Empowered because she can easily get full mana pretty much every single match if you just set your mana correctly. And she deals damage equal to an enemy's attack and gains 13 life. That life alone is completely huge. And the extra attack is... the attack doesn't get as high these days, but with some of the changes, it might be worth it. Like Abrath and a few others get pretty high attack. And then there's Herdmaster, who if you are low on yellow and purple arcane trait stones, I would definitely advise upgrading. He is an extreme hard counter to all effects because he explodes pretty much all yellow gems with how many he does. Plus he cleanses all allies. Aside from that, he also has impervious to all status effects. and you can set him in the first slot as leader, and he's a really effective front troop against any kind of effects. 2.0 is probably going to have a lot of freeze too, so if you need like an anti-freeze troop, Herdmaster is definitely the one to get. So now I guess I'll do the redeem code, as I do every week. First 100 people to redeem this code will get the following rewards: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold, and that is it. And let me just show that code real quick because I didn't do it that long. And it is that JRYZKF7H6B. Make sure to subscribe so you'll be some of the first to get it, because it is capped at 100. Okay, let me just use that gem key real quick. The new event, or the new kingdom, probably the update too, is likely to come out by the end of the month. So if you have an excess of keys, I would definitely, or excess of troops, I would definitely advise saving all the keys that you get. Let me just use this gem key now. And for fun, let's just open 50 of them, why not? Let's see what I can get and explain some of them. Luther, not bad. Pretty much everyone knows Luther. That's the first epic you get in the entire game at the end of the first kingdom. He buffs all allies attack. You might even be able to move him in a team with Sacrificial Priest if you want to, since a lot of newer players have Luther upgraded. Herdmaster, all those. Elwin, they did buff him recently, but I do find him pretty weak. He's fallen quite far behind. Finley's okay. He transforms all skulls to selected mana and then gains a lot of gold. But that's pretty much all he does is an anti-skull. We got the blue-yellow, blue-purple arcane trait stone. We have Ragnagord, who does a lot of explosions. We got a red-yellow, a red-green. I cannot say colors. Why? What is this? We have Greenseer, who I was just showing earlier, who you definitely want to try getting some traits on that after Herdmaster. Oh, Runesmith. Like I said earlier, event troops come back into chest drops about 3 to 4 weeks after the event occurred. I believe Runesmith was 3 weeks ago, or maybe it was 4. I don't even remember. But he's in the chest now, so that's something to look for if you want more Runesmiths. Dark Song, a good green counter, does 2 times damage to green troops. Oh, and we got a legendary. Orion, he's been buffed quite a bit recently over the last few patches. He's pretty random though. He deals between 3 to 33 damage to an enemy, places Hunter's Mark on them, then gains 5 magic. He has immunity to silence, which really helps him cast this a lot. True Shot was also nerfed a lot in 1.08, and he is the last one to have it. It was reduced from 100% down to 50% on some troops, and he has the highest at 75% for doing true damage. So between his Hunter's Mark and True Shot, he can one-shot pretty much any troop. So let's get into a battle with the new troop here. Oh, let's claim this real quick. See how many tributes I can get. 7! That's nice. My average is around like 4 or 5, which I think is statistically where it should be. So that's a pretty good one. Let's get into the battle now. Also, for those of you that don't know, I actually don't think I've mentioned it on the video yet. Version 2.0, the next update, is based mostly around PvP changes. Oh, this team's actually pretty decent. See how that goes. I haven't seen Brian the Lucky for a long time. He increases all other allies' random stats. He used to be a lot in hopes that he would trigger magic, but I haven't seen him that much recently. Because magic was kind of buffed, so it wasn't as needed. Let's use this first team against it. Aberrath is actually a really strong legendary. I'm surprised that they actually gave an ultra rare that can summon a legendary like that, even if it is only at 30% chance.
Mana surge.
Grab this yellow, get Valkyrie up. Valkyrie. Yeah. I was like, wait, I thought I forgot her name for a second.
Mana surge.
Let's see here. There's a lot of brown, but I can't convert browns. There's no blues on this board. Oh wait, never mind. I can't. It's right there. What am I saying? As you see right there, he gains +1 magic whenever anyone casts, including himself. Plus he's gaining 2 HP for all these matches. So do all the matches before you cast them, and then just cast it, and he'll give this, which you can get extra turns and stuff on too. Like this, does all that. I have almost everything up already. And it's pretty ridiculous what Aberrath can do. And I guess I'll take this. I don't see anything else I can do right now. And that's almost a one-shot right there. Oh, take that. Get the extra HP, more HP. And then use it again. And all these huges are raising his max HP, as well as that sacrifice. So whenever he does the full heal, he heals all the way up to it, if he'd ever lose his armor. He doesn't seem to be losing it yet. Oh, here it goes. So I'll be able to show that when it goes. Let's use it on green. So you see it's 45 right now, even though it's in the green. But once I use this right now, it's going to go even higher to his actual max, which is 61 right now. Plus he has a ridiculously higher... Whoa, we're just killing everything. 101, and it's still my turn. I didn't even get to cast a spider. Yeah, I might as well do it just to show it. It's not going to summon anything because you need the slot open. So now at 101 HP, let's just sacrifice it. Or 101 attack, I mean. Oh, and look, we even get an Aberrath on top of that. So yeah, it's a pretty ridiculous team. It's a lot of fun. You should definitely use this team if you have it to farm souls in PvP this week. Let's see how many souls did I get from that. 200 souls for a single PvP match. That is really nice. Well, I think that will do it for this video. I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.